Hello friends, myself Ashish Parejiya. Today I am trying to explain Android SDK configuration on Windows platform, but I have give title Android Introduction. So that things. First we have to know what is Android. Android is an open operating system that's provided by the Google, and Google it's a free source. Anyone can use it, anyone can edit it, anyone can re-implement it. But before that thing, your Android operating system is directly not work with hardware. At the time, need a one platform. That platform is provided by Linux kernel. Linux kernel, which version? Linux kernel 2.6. And that 2.6 known as a HAL. HAL that's called a hardware access layer. And that hardware, if that panel is configured with Linux kernel, so we can install our Android operating system on that hardware and we can directly access particularly all hardware like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, screen level, GSM card, CDMA card, reader, and etc. 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 So finally, this thing is a basic introduction about Linux kernel, Android operating system, and hardware panel. But Android is also known as a OHA, that's called Open Handset Alias. But right now we are not discussing more. We are discussing about Android configuration on Windows platform. So before that things, we need total three different tools. It's a basic requirement. But if you want to go to the offline installation, not online installation, right now it's possible. Today is possible. It's the offline installation. Then go through the one. Second one is Eclipse IDE. Third one is Android SDK. Fourth one is EDT installation. It's either go to the online and offline. So now I explain into detail what is JDK 7. Why need JDK 7? JDK 7 is the provide basic core Java library. It's provide an input output library, some basic network library, and some basic core. We can say it's a core library. Eclipse is a just provide an IDE environment. That's called a integrated development environment. It's known as an IDE. We can directly execute our code. It's a just provide a GUI screen. So it's a user friendly. Anyone is interested, anyone is directly operate from Eclipse. Okay. What is SDK? SDK that's called a software development kit. Okay. Then software development keys we can directly download from particularly URL. All that for URL is mentioned particularly for different tools. So anybody want that all tools, just download from separate URL. Then open that edit plugins for x86. That's called it's a 32-bit operating. So now in this system already put it your Eclipse and SDK manager. Okay. So how to configure with your system? First thing, extract that to that folder into particularly any drive. So I have already extracted on my C drive Android SDK and Android Eclipse. With that, if you look out in your RAR file, so SDK folder, SDK manager is outside of your SDK. So you have to put it into subfolder like Android SDK manager. So put it here. So let's clear. Finally, let's start our. So first thing is set up Android OS. Install it. After installing your JDK, let's check your Java is completely installed or not. How to check it? Open your command prompt. How to open your command prompt? Just go to drive Windows, CMD, you get home screen. Open that. Automatically open your CMD and type down your Java C. If you get this response, if you get your Java C command is internal and external not supported, then just set it your Java environment. You get that error. Now, how to set your Java environment variable? Click on my computer, property, advanced system setting, environment variable, new path. I have already set up, so I just display this path variable, edit path, and put it your JDK 7. So whatever path is in your system, you just copy that path from my computer, put it in your variable, then you press OK, press OK, press OK. Why this setup is required? If your JavaScript command is not executing, second thing is Eclipse. How to set up your Eclipse? Okay, if you go to this bundle, Windows x84 bundle, so it does not require any particular Eclipse. Just go to that Eclipse and check it. If your Eclipse is open and give a one workspace, and your workspace, close it. Second things is just set. If you go to this setup, if one pop-up window will be open inside and wait for some another window, it will open. Okay? So now these windows will be open, display your SDK path and check it with. If you have internet connection, then first initial stage, your all packages are not installed, like this thing. Right now, this Google Windows is not compatible with Windows, also not supported. Okay, so I clear you. I have already updated all packages, so all status are converted into install status. So where we can select number of packages. Let's see, I display you this. I select total 5 packages. So here these 5 packages. Right now it's only our install package is disabled. Why? Because it's already installed. If that status is not installed, you press that you download from your internet service provider. I hope everyone easily understood. So now let's proceed to our next step and check it your AVD plugins. Let's see after some times. After that, now start our Android, because of if you want to communicate with Android SDK to Eclipse. Eclipse is an IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. And with Android SDK setup, first start your Eclipse. Go to my computer. See whatever your Eclipse path. Go there and click on Eclipse button. This is a specific Android developer Eclipse. Okay. If you want to go to the another Eclipse, then either go to the Helio and Galileo version. Okay. This is a by default workspace launcher. You just go through your own workspace. Okay. Now I go to the default workspace. Press OK, and then after my Android Eclipse, wait for this one. Take loading time. Loading your workspace. Now see, this is my Android Eclipse environment. I hope everyone understood. First thing, if you are go to the first thing is update your ADT plugin. What is ADT plugins? ADT stands for Android Development Toolkit. Go to the helps, install new software and select this path. And http://ssl.google.com/android/eclipse. If this is not found in your dropdown, then go through the manually, click on add button and type your that URL dl-ssl.com/android/sdk. SDK, give a particular email, ADT plugins. Whatever timeline, it doesn't matter. Press OK. You get that because I have already opened, so I am not pressing OK button. But if you go to the first step, so press OK button, cancel. Now I select that URL. At the time you get these two things. One is developer tools and second one is NDK tools. NDK tools is not required right now because we are going to be only just Android development. In that Android tools, total 5 things is Android DNS, Android development tools, Android hierarchy viewer, Android track view, and Android open GLES. Click on next button, then your Android configuration is clear. This is online process. But if you want to go through the offline, how to go offline? because we have already downloaded our Android offline plugins. So click on that file and start your editing. Click on archive and select your editing plugins. So it's already we have downloaded. This thing is select. Press on OK. Press OK. Then automatically this all components, all different tools installed in your Eclipse editor, Eclipse IDE. So I hope everyone understood up to this level. Now, second steps is after updating your new software, after updating your Eclipse IDE, your Eclipse will be restart. That means if not restart, then you go to be forcefully restart your Android Eclipse. So now I restart this my Android Eclipse. Okay, it's restart, and again open that URL Eclipse and Eclipse URL. So again reload it, select save OK. Now after that update your editing plugins. Your Windows has a preferences menu. In the preference menu, if you go to the first time, select Android, and first time you get one SDK location where you have installed, you know very well. So select browse. I have already selected in C drive and SDK, that's my location. Select it, and after that I get automatically number of API, how many APIs available in my Android SDK, that's called software development kit, and that software development kit is update with this number of API. It finally test, and after that SDK version, you get these two menus in single layer or separate layer. Is Android SDK manager, second one is Android virtual device manager. So now go back to our PowerPoint slide. Tests already check our install packages. Okay, how to check install package, available packages we already know about. Now second thing is how to create first Android virtual device using ADB manager. So now go back to again our Eclipse, Windows, virtual ADD, that's called Android virtual device manager. Select it, and I have already created number of Android virtual, but go through this simple how to create it. Paste, just give your Android name, paste, select your device version, choosing any particular device version. Okay, to the simple lowest version, WQ 2.2 version, that's called 2.2 API level 8. Okay, keyboard doesn't matter. Okay, back camera right now not required. RAM I am assigning to 520, internal memory 200 already preloaded, SD card 100, and then after all parameters are fulfilled, then after your OK button will be enabled, otherwise up to end year. If you remove any one thing, then your items is your OK button is not enabled there. OK, 100 and OK. So wait for response, some response, and my cached animator will be created with target name is Android 2.2, platform is 2.2, API level is 8, my CPU name is Ashish apps. Okay? So that's my application name, that's my project name. Package name should be given into 3 layers. So I recommend to com.android.assist apps. Okay? Minimum SDK version. I have created 2.2 level. So minimum is a pro, targeted maximum. It's a maximum version, but I recommend to you whatever is that. I'll just put it pro version. Compile with just follow pro version. Okay. Theme none. Okay. So now if you go to the theme at the time, that theme is not support into your API 8 level. API version at least 11 is required for this theme. Okay. So in 8 level no theme, error will be removed. Click next, next. Just pass it your icon, whatever icon you pass. Okay. So just choose your icon. I have my own icon. So that's things is select this one. Okay. Icon automatically will generate. in different resolution for match, blank activity, match, and finish. Then after it's checked few seconds, and then my project will be displayed on my project explorer. So this is my project explorer apps. Let's later we will see later. First thing, first we have to check test application. How to check this application? So we need to compile this and we need to change the value. Okay, so that thing is my main activity code. Wait for response. Okay, this is my main activity code. In that my activity is a main layer. This is just checking your emulator it's work or not. This is my main activity. So in the main activity level, it's a GUI level and this is a coding level. So here one hello world is the string. So what is this? This is simple string variable where it's stored into value string. Check with this. Here write down your hello. I'm writing Ashish Parejiya. Okay, I'll save this. I'll save it. Again recompile and pass it into my emulator. Okay, launching application. It's 100% launching your Ashish apps. 100% wait for response. See, my first application has been started in my first emulator. That emulator name is a test. Okay, what is over my previous PowerPoints, and finally my application has been successfully created. Conclusion is that we have to just look out how to set up Android into my Windows platform. Basically, we need JDK, Eclipse, and Android SDK. Android SDK need to download some input plugins from online and either go to the offline. Okay. And how to check set the menu, how to check install package, how to check available package, create Android virtual device package, create Android virtual device, then understand your device screen. First we have created our Android first application. So that's why I have teach you these all things